Okay guys, I thought I'd do another one of these videos just to make sure you learn how easy actually this can be. Just give me some time. Here we go. So we're going to find the midline of basically some sine and cosine graphs. That's what sinusoidal means, right? They're waves, like ocean waves or sound waves, okay? And we're going to figure it out by looking at the graph. Now, the midline is literally the middle line of the wave. So, I also wanted to point out that even though Mr. Khan may not be the most thrilling, these videos are actually pretty good, especially that one there. You may want to look at tangent X. We're going to be getting into that probably as early as next week. I'm going to focus mainly on graphing sine and cosine for a week or so with you guys. Okay? This one definitely, I'm pretty sure I posted it to you again, reassigned it to you because I definitely wanted you to watch that one. The features, because that talks about midline, amplitude, and I think even period of a sine wave. But anyways, we're going to do the same thing we did just yesterday or day before. I'm going to click on start here. And as you can see, it's just 4 questions. Here we go. So they're giving us a graph here, as you can see. Now remember, we just want this middle line, okay? So I'm just worrying about up and down. That's the y coordinate. So don't let the x coordinates scare you. All we're going to do is look at 13 and 2.4 here, okay? And so how do I find the middle? Because this one, again, is up at 13. That's what we call, again, the maximum value. And this one down here is a minimum value. And so, literally, what's the middle is going to be the average of those two. So all I need to do is just take 13, add it with 2.4, and divide by 2. That's good. And again, you can use your calculator. Matter of fact, that's what I did. I took 13, added 2.4, 15.4. I took 15.4, divided by 2, and there's your answer, guys. So down at the box there, you're going to type in 7.7. And as you can see, my line actually was just a little bit off. It should be probably about right there, right? That would be about 7.7. And I just want to remind you guys, the reason why I want you to do Khan Academy is practice using the calculator they give you so you get good at clicking and all that stuff with a mouse. And it's kind of pain in the ass to learn in the beginning, but it's worth your time. All right, now let's look at the second problem here. Again, we're not worried about the x. We're given the max here at 2. See it right there? They tell us the amplitude is 1.8. Now remember, the amplitude means how far up from our midline, as well as how far down it goes from the midline. But our amplitude, they're telling us, is 1.8. Basically, they're telling us how far from the midline. If the amplitude, again, is 1.8, that means it goes up 1.8, it goes down 1.8 from the middle. Okay? And so all I have to do basically is take 2 minus 1.8. That's 0.2 or 0.2. Type that in your box. You got the second one right. And as you can see, I just did it on the calculator for practice. All right, third one. Again, we ignore the pi. Now, this is something I found out on Khan. Sometimes Khan can be glitzy. You have to reload, recycle it, whatever you call it, right? Refresh it. But the graph did not show up. But I figured, it wasn't worth my time to refresh or reload it. They gave me all the information I needed. I know the max is at 6.8. I know the minimum they tell me is 1.2. So here's what they're telling me. Here's the graph, the wave. They're telling me the max here is at 6.8. They're telling me it comes all the way down to a minimum of 1.2. So do you agree the midline is right in the middle between them? So again, all I'm going to do is average these two values. And so that's what I did. I added them together. I got 8. I divided by 2 to average it. I know the middle line, this line right here, has to be y equals 4. So that's what I'm just going to type in 4 in my box and get it right. All right, let's do one more, and then we have 100% credit. Again, this time the graph showed up. Notice they gave us the minimum at negative 5.2. Keep your track of your signs, guys. That's a negative 5.2. Again, our middle line's going to be somewhere like this, the midline, right? Okay. They tell me the amplitude is 1.1. That means they just told me from that minimum, the distance to the midline is 1.1, okay? So what am I going to do? We're just going to take negative 5.2. We're going to add 1.1 because adding 1.1 moves you up to where the midline is, right? And using the calculator, negative 5.2 plus 1.1 is negative 4.1. So again, that's what I'm going to type in that box down there, negative 4.1. That's where this green line is, the midline. And you're done and you get 100%. So guys, hopefully, if anything, you're understanding what a midline is. It's literally the middle of the wave, the middle point of the wave. And as you can see, there's my 4 out of 4. And hopefully you can do the same thing as me, even though they may change the numbers around a little bit on you, because Mr. Khan will do that. Okay, guys, see you around.